be honest, I've been facing fears like absolute never before. And I wrote a lyric in a song that said, I went and faced my fears and I unlocked my powers. Abundance came and showered me with gifts I never dreamed of. I now feel beauty, peace, serenity is all I speak of. And literally, I have been facing fears like never before over this past, I guess, year or so. And I just do really think that it is the key to absolutely unlocking your true powers. So this cat is really, really cute. And it's not that I mean, I really like cats, but look at his face. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with him, but like, he doesn't look very well, and I wish I could fix him, but I can't. But I get really freaked out when cats look dirty, and like I want to touch them, but I can't because I really struggle, because basically when I was a kid, I got ringworm in my hair from a cat. I would say it's actually scarred me for life. My hair all fell out, and I was actually told it wouldn't grow back. So like I now have this fear of kind of not stray cats, but just cats that look sick. Okay, I'm so excited because this cat has finally come back. The cat with the dodgy eye who needs some healing. And I've been scared, I said I was like scared of stray cats because I had ringworm once when I was a kid. And I think it's scarred me for life, and so I get a bit afraid to touch stray cats. But say you took a cat to the vet, the doctor would be all up in its fur, touching it, and not really afraid. So look at this cat. His eye is really crusty and now it's pussy, and I said to myself after I saw him, I was like, the next time I see him, when he comes back to me, I'm gonna give him a compress, I'm gonna saline his eye, because like it's just, I can't like not, basically. And he's here, so I get to do it, and I'm very happy that I get to kind of try and help him out. So we're going to try and make it better. I did do some research, and that is why I'm going to saline it. So I'm just making some hot water now so that I can do this for him. It's only right, really. Let's get the equipment together that I need. Yes, mate, we're going to give you a little fix up. Much better. So I think he might have got in a fight, I don't really know, but yeah, he's got a bit of a cut through his eye, and I'll just keep salting it up until it's healed. Yay! We did it! I'm actually really happy because, like I said, I am really scared of touching like stray cats. Yeah, I get scared of getting like, I don't know, diseases from them and stuff, because like, they always tell you about rabies and shit, and I don't know, like just... That is I'm not really scared of much, but I seem to be scared of that. I've got a missing cat, and if he was hurt, I'd hope somebody would do the same for him and not leave him just looking rough.
Did you try and play now?
Come back tomorrow, we'll do a touch up on your eye. Oh, you want more brush time? Where do you think you're going, mate? That's it, that's enough pampering for one day. That's enough pampering, it's done.
Go see your sister.
Go see your friend. We're going to name you Tamachat. Nature in Thai. Tamachat. I've faced quitting my job and not having financial backup, or not having finances. I would feel incredibly stressed if, I didn't feel financially secure. For me, when payday came, the first thing I would do would be to arrange my money into different accounts so that I always had my rent sorted, that I always had my bills sorted, it would literally be like something that I really enjoyed doing because I like to know that I could put the roof over my head. Facing that fear of being financially unstable was a huge thing for my growth and development. It definitely wasn't an easy thing to face, not knowing when you're going to get paid, how you're going to get paid, and just quitting your job and deciding to go and find new things that you're passionate about and explore new opportunities. I went and did so many things, you know, created music, astrology readings, YouTube, everything that I'm passionate about, I've gone and dug into. I've had a couple of little bits of cash come at me here and there from a music performance that I did, a poetry competition that I won where I went and did some spoken word up on stage. I wrote a book to try and get funding to publish a book. You know, that was a scary thing to do, to write a book that I've never written before, really, and to write that book and to submit it to a competition and put my whole heart into it. And really want to like win the funding. Some of those things can be a little bit scary, not because they're a threat to your personal physical body, but because they're a threat to your sense of self, I guess. But yeah, facing that fear at the start was difficult on my mind, difficult on my relationship, difficult everywhere. But yeah, I learned massively, number one, to trust. Everything sort of happened in ways in which I'm still okay. You know, I'm still able to survive. You realise that you're not necessarily going to die, and this is all in the pursuit of happiness and the pursuit of finding my true self, and in the pursuit of evolving and doing new things and learning more and growing more. So it's paying off hugely in other areas of my life, even if I don't have a fat paycheck. And the second thing is that I learned to feel comfortable with zero. I've learned a lot more about what it is that you truly need, and I think to myself now, my God, like, I didn't feel rich before, but now I'm like, before you were rich, and I wasn't rich by any means, but like, you know, now I just can look back at that and think, whoa, like, you didn't need anything that you used to pay for, or you know, anything like that. And so, you know, when money does flow back to me, I will definitely have a different way of handling it, a more resourceful way of handling it. And now I'm a lot more comfortable with not knowing when that paycheck is going to come or when my efforts are going to pay off. So big lesson there, really. It didn't kill me. That don't kill you can only make you stronger, and if it doesn't make you stronger, it most certainly makes you wiser. So Tam was waiting for me this morning. He was confused because I was chilling in Jane's room last night, so he thought I lived over there. And I woke up and like first thing I did was come check for him, and he was there, and he came over. I gave him food, and I gave him a flea treatment. I have been holding on to like these flea treatments. I have 3 of them. I've been holding on to them because I've been hoping Eco, my cat, comes back. They're expensive things, and as you guys know, like, it's not something that I can just really go and buy like that, not at the moment. You know, I was kind of holding on to them and like questioning, shall I give him one, shall I not, shall I give him one? Jane was like, you should give him a flea treatment, you know, like, we'll figure out what to do if Eco comes back. And I woke up this morning with a particular comment on a post that I posted on Instagram of the cat. There was just some affirmations there, like, delivered, like, just, you know, give him the flea treatment type thing. And so I gave that to him this morning. So he followed me downstairs to where the like kettle is, and he's so cute. He was rolling around on the floor and stuff, and then I tried to get him to come back up, but he wanted to go do his own thing. But that's what I like cats that do that, because I don't feel like I always have to like give them my attention. They go off, do their own thing, come back, get a little bit of love, and then run off again. So he seems like my type of guy, really. I need to grab some cotton balls and wait for him to come back so I can clean up his eye properly, because it didn't get clean this morning, but he is looking much better already, I reckon. Currently, I'm really happy because Tamachat didn't come back last night. Actually, I don't even know when he was last here. He might have been gone a whole day, and I've been like, where is he? And then he didn't come this morning, and I've been wondering how his eye is, because it hasn't had a clean for obviously more than 24 hours. And I like it that he like doesn't come all the time, because it's nice. I'm not really like clingy, But anyway, he just come back and I'm like, yes, except he's pink, basically. Look at this. I have no idea what he's been up to, but he's got pink everywhere. But the best thing is that his eye is practically fully healed. Tam Tam. Do you remember him at the start? His eye was gunky, and now look at him. Almost 100% better. So I'm really happy. We fixed him up. We fixed you up good, didn't we, Tamachat? Fixed. So I will give it another clean today, and then probably I reckon it will be pretty much better completely. So we're just giving him a brush because he likes it. Look, good boy, that eye is healed almost. Let's clean it. I faced the fear of actually putting myself out there consistently in terms of like with my creations and my writing and the music, whatever you want to call it. So it's a scary thing to sort of be known for doing one thing. I was a personal trainer and I like to eat healthy vegan food, and that was what I was known for, at least. That's how the world saw me, but they didn't really get to see other sides of me, such as this kind of stuff, the depth to me, and they definitely didn't get to see my creative side, the fact that I enjoy drawing, that I enjoy writing poems, that I enjoy lots of things, making videos. I showed my partner some of the lyrics and the poems that I'd written, and she was kind of like, wow, this is really good. And it encouraged me to actually do something with it rather than leave it sitting there in a box. First time that I made something and put it out there on the internet for everybody to see, for everybody who didn't know this side of me to see and look at and almost judge, it was quite scary, you know, and I did it again and again and again, and there was not really any like good feedback coming back, or even just any sort of feedback at all. It became like a little bit of a scary thing, really, because every time it came to putting something out there, you know, I would question whether it was any good, whether people were going to like it, and that was horrible. I had a big battle with that, with facing that fear in terms of not believing in myself and having to kind of learn how to recognise that the reason that I make these creations are because I like it. I write a lot of poems when I'm feeling a certain way. They help me to process my emotions, essentially, and I like doing the videos and making music videos, and it, like, you know, it lets everything out of my mind that's out part of me is creativity, and I'm not doing it for anyone else. I'm doing it because I enjoy it, and if there's people that enjoy my creations, that's even better. I had to really, and still have to, try and hold that strong. I had to learn to not care what people thought about me, and to not need validation from others. And I learnt that in facing the fear of consistently putting myself out there. So that is something that I still have to like sometimes build up that courage today to do. Yeah, we kind of seek that validation, especially through the use of social media, in which I put my projects out there on. Face rejection, that was the fear, really. Rejection and judgment, and facing that fear of creating things that people don't think are any good at all. Explore that creative side of me at a much deeper level, and I find it incredibly rewarding on my soul, and just it's just incredibly rewarding for me as an individual. The cat, that was the other thing. I faced the fear of that, and I unlocked this insane amount of love, which is really, 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 really cool. So, you know, I think that facing your fears does actually unlock your true powers. It's the key to unlocking your truest potential. So yeah, Tamachat has not come back. I haven't seen him in perhaps over a week, but like I said, I can just hope that he's out there having a good time. I was really happy with the progress of his eyes. Perhaps his journey is done, his healing is complete. You know, wild animals can't really help themselves, but it was a beauty to be able to help him to face that fear of like being afraid to touch a stray cat. At first when he came I had gloves on, and then in the end I just totally got used to him. I was a bit scared of him to like touch my legs and like rub up against me, but yeah, by the end when he came I was just stroking him, and I faced that fear and unlocked the ability to be love, and you know, not let my fear hold me back from helping another life or aiding another life on its journey. Because to think, you know, he was so gorgeous, so cute, and to think that he could have been suffering and in pain and just looking for someone to help him, and for me to avoid that out of fear of getting rabies, when look at me now, I don't even have it. So it was just this idea that I had in my head that I really needed to break down and deconstruct. In regards to facing fears and how to start facing fears, I never like to direct people and say how to face their fears or how to do anything anymore. I just kind of learn from my own experiences, and if talking about my experiences helps someone, then that's great. But for me, when it comes to facing fears, I guess I have to look at why I hold that fear and recognize that it's just the picture that I'm painting in my head. And you know, I can paint any picture in my head, and if I start feeling anxious and worried about something, it's because of the imagery that I'm deciding to paint in that moment. Of course, it's not something that you just learn overnight, but now I've learned to understand that things are going to happen, and you can sit and fester on it before it even happens. But you know, if there's something that feels true to you and you want to do it and you feel like it's a part of your journey, and you avoid it because you're afraid of what might happen in the future, you just got to wait for that to happen and deal with it when it comes. Changing my idea on what failure was obviously helped massively for me. Now I believe everything is kind of a success, because at the end of it you learn, and for me, learning something new is always a success. So you learn about yourself, you learn about the world, you learn about heaps of things through facing your fears. And so at the end of it, I believe you win. At least I do anyway. So that is basically all I had to say. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, I will see you in the next one. In facing all of these things, I've really unlocked some of my true powers, and I'm pretty excited to see like what continuing to face my fears does.